Strange visitors. Throughout my life, I've had certain types of people come into my life, and I found myself even in situations with these certain types of people, and they all seem to have a, 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 um, a, a resemblance to the person who last left off. And the craziest thing about it, I didn't really pay a lot of attention, but I found that these kinds of people always positioned me, and I began to take on the role, a role playing with them as if I was back in my younger years. And I never paid a lot of attention to it because, you can't just live in your life. I mean, it's not always like this. But God has a way of calling our attention. Everyone has their own different um, types of people that'll come into their life. Some people will be visited consistently by people who are going to bring them good, do them well, people who are going to be extremely supportive of their life, right? And like I said, it took me years to really get hold of this absolute truth, because it is a truth that however you were you were brought up and whatever you've been exposed to, the very certain types of people in your life, your siblings, for instance, or even your parents, they don't like the idea that you have left. They don't like the idea that you have, quote unquote, abandoned them. And lo and behold, they've made movies about this stuff and everything else. It's the obsessiveness of certain types of people in your life, depending upon. See, the thing is, you can go through your life basically minding your own business and you're doing your thing, and you're, like, let's say you go back to school, you take the steps that everyone else, well, not everyone, but people who are on a healthy road, they go and they make something of their lives, right? Because who does? Who wants to end up a bum, right? No one does. I should say no one. Unfortunately, some people do. But um, I was to discover that certain types of people that kept popping up in my life was at certain times of the year or at certain seasons that I was going through. And when the seasons it went from okay to not so okay to really not okay. The appearance of those bad people increased, and they all seemed to carry the same signature of a person I grew up with. Unbeknownst to me, and you really don't want to believe that this really happened, the level of obsession that the person in my life had towards me was so strong that I was being targeted in a spiritual world. The Bible says that the tongue contains both death and life. And that's how powerful words are. And when people are speaking about you behind your back, they will eventually believe that you're doing the very same thing to them, and it will give them the fuel to increase what is called their retaliation, even though you're not doing any of that, right? What I find about people who can't seem to get out of their little hole that they live in, they have to find a justification as to why they're going to target you. And look, let me tell you, man, psychic attacks are real. Don't let anyone ever fool you on this. It's a very real phenomenon. It's so much more than a phenomenon, it is a reality. And the more focused that someone is focusing on you as an individual, their spiritual family members will make appearances in your life. And they're all going to be about the same thing, is sabotaging you to get you to a place of such unhappiness. And the thing is that what it comes down to, excuse me, you got a dog barking over here. What it comes to more than anything else is that the people, the people who are going to cause you the worst harm in your life are the ones who have a one-dimensional eye. They're looking at you. They're looking at you and they're hoping and praying. And I'm not talking praying to God or praying to something. They're hoping and praying that you will find yourself in the same position either that they are or that they believe that you are worthy of. Success is a very powerful thing to have in life. And having success has so many different variables. It has so many different variables involved. You know, when people have done positive minded discussions in books, they've said that there is a percentage of where a person's um, a person's actions towards success is also measured by the amount of, and I use that word carefully, the amount of luck that they're going to have. Sometimes, and I use the word luck carefully because I believe in it more of it's directional. It's really based a lot upon the amount of the less, I should say, the less amount of resistance that you're having behind the scenes. That's why, you know, I know if you heard of a dog whisperer, Caesar Milan, and he had a discussion on this, and he says that you want to surround yourself with people who believe in you. You want to surround yourself with people who actually see your potential and not see how potent they can affect you to destroy you and hurt you. The only people that matter in your life are going to be the people who are looking at you with a good eye. And I'm going to keep my encouragement short. I take the avenue that I believe that you have to weigh all of the evidence in your life as to what's going on, because it is not haphazard what takes place in your life. It is not haphazard. It is really happening. Even before it shows up physically, it's already happening. So when you find a certain familiarity going on in your life, pay attention and then observe the evidence and weigh the evidence and say, okay, is there somebody in my life that resembles this? And when you find that person and they may smile and make you believe that it's not them, I can guarantee you it is them. So I'm going to leave you with that thought. I'm going to leave you with that inspiration. Don't ever, don't ever put so much trust in people that you get away from the fact of what people can be capable of, both good or bad. So you have a good day and do like and subscribe. Thank you.